guys, this is Cheryl with Architect Destiny. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you decided to stop in and check out another video today. I will say, if you've not subscribed to my channel and you enjoy my content, please take a moment and do that. And also hit the notification bell so that when I upload new videos, you won't miss out. So what I want to do today is a little bit of a different type of video. I've been thinking about this for a while and just thought I would just, go ahead and just jump in totally unscripted and just talk about how I use my Hobonichi cousin as a catch-all planner. If you are a part of the planner community and you have been for any amount of time, you've probably heard the term catch-all planner. And typically when you see someone's planner to which they refer to as catch-all, it's usually, at least in my experience, a ring planner or a disc-bound planner or a happy planner, which is a disc-bound planner. But typically you don't see a book-bound planner being used as a catch-all planner. And I think when you think of a catch-all planner, it's really a book where you have not only your schedule or your agenda and your task lists, but also it's a source of record keeping, tracking, note taking, and even for some folks, memory keeping and reference. I would say, in project management even. I would say that typically in a catch-all planner, you have at least, some or all of those components to it. So a catch-all planner seems to be and tends to be it's the more all-encompassing binder or book or notebook. And so this is my catch-all planner. It does contain a Hobonichi cousin full year A5 size planner, as well as a separate notebook, a Paper Penguin Co. Tomori River paper notebook that is my reference notebook. So my catch-all planner actually has two components, and together this is my catch-all. I wanted to talk a little bit about how for people who love book-bound planners but feel like they cannot use them as a catch-all, how you can. But I think the basis for being able to do that is how you use your planner and what type of a planner are you. Because just by virtue of the Hobonichi cousin being a bound book, there's only a certain number of pages in it. So you can't add pages to it. I mean, you can tip things in, but just, strictly speaking, theoretically speaking, a bound book has a finite number of pages. And so you have to be very judicious about how you use the pages if you're going to use a book-bound planner as a catch-all planner. Now, for the way I use my planner is that predominantly I am a monthly and weekly planner. I'm not a daily planner. So the whole back portion of this Hobonichi cousin, let's see if I can flip directly to the place. The whole back portion of this Hobonichi cousin, all of this portion back here, these are the daily pages. So I don't use the daily pages as daily pages. So that affords me the whole, more than half of this book that I can use for all of my catch-all sections. And what I mostly compare my use of the Hobonichi cousin to is to astrology or a bullet journal. And I say that because I do love the fact that my year My months and my weeks are already set up for me. I don't have to draw these out, because if I had to draw these out, I would lose it. First of all, I don't enjoy doing that. And second of all, I don't have time to do that. So I love the fact that the front part of the Hobonichi Cousin is exactly what I need. It is the year, the months, and the weeks already set up for me and ready to use. And the back part is perfect to use as a bullet journal type setup or a catch-all planner type setup, because except for the dates, which you can very easily cover, and the time schedule on the side, which you can very easily cover or white out or ignore, which is what I do unless I cover it up with something, and I'll show you that in just a moment. For all intents and purposes, these are just grid pages in the back, and you can use them however you want. And that's what I do. And that's how I'm able to use a Hobonichi Cousin as a catch-all planner and use it almost to function like a bullet journal for me. I have in the back section of the planner where the dailies start, I have put my vision board, and this is a photograph of the vision board that I actually have on my wall over here. I wanted to have it in my planner. And a lot of times you'll see people, create what they call mood boards or take photos or Canva images and so forth and create a vision board in their bullet journals. And so I have also created a vision board in my Hobonichi Cousin. And so I've put photos in, things that inspire me and things that make me happy when I flip there and look at them, things that give me inspiration for what I want my life to look like or things I want to do in the future. I have tipped some things into this planner, this Getting Things Done acetate graph image. I tipped in with some double-sided tape. So you're able to tip things into this planner however you so choose. People like to use vellums to decorate and things like that, acetates, and you can certainly tip things into this planner. I have a section for my goals, and for my goals and for a lot of the other tracking type spreads in this planner, I decided this year to use actual inserts. Now, I will say that the inserts have caused a lot of bulk in this planner, and there are a lot of people who just cannot live with that, and I understand that, and it's all about what you're comfortable with, though. For me, I love a fat, bulky planner. It doesn't bother me at all, and you can kind of see how big this is. That really doesn't bother me, and so for most of my goal planning, my trackers, my record keeping, I have opted to use actual inserts. One way, if you choose to use inserts in your book-bound planner as you use it as a catch-all, I would say be mindful of the paperweight that you use. I had attempted to use Tomoe River paper to print my inserts, but I made the mistake of buying A5 size sheets of Tomoe River paper rather than 8.5 by 11 size sheets of paper. And I just had the darndest time trying to print A5 size inserts on A5 size paper. I just could not get it to work. And maybe it was probably totally operator error. I'm sure I was doing something wrong, but the next time I try to print on Tomoe River paper, I will make sure that I have 8.5 by 11 and just cut it down to fit. I think if you do that, you will find that adding inserts to your book-bound planner does not create as much bulk. This is your standard, I think, 24 pound just copy paper. Nothing fancy at all. But when you add, months and months worth of sheets into this planner, of course, it is going to bulk up. So it is a bit bulky, and I am fine with that because I just love the feel of a chunky planner in my hand. and that just doesn't, it just doesn't bother me. So I will say, if you are the person who is inclined to draw out your spreads, which I have done last year in my Hobonichi Cousin, I drew out all of the spreads in the back part of my planner. I drew out my savings trackers, all my finance trackers, and budgeting trackers, all of my, I did not draw out my habit trackers. I did glue those in. I printed inserts and glued those in. But all of my other trackers, I drew them out. And I may do that again next year unless I actually do get Tomoe River paper to print my inserts on. I'm not sure. I will say that if I do decide to draw out my trackers and my record keeping spreads, I will start very early on, maybe October, and just do a few at a time until I get everything drawn in, because I don't want to feel under the gun. You start to write sloppily and make mistakes if you're trying to go fast or trying to do a large number of pages in one sitting. So if I do decide to draw out my spreads next year, and I very well might, I will make sure I give myself plenty of time to do that. And as you can see in my finance section, I have spreads for my savings trackers and for my, let's see, credit card trackers. And most of the inserts that I have in my catch-all planner are from Peanuts Planner Co. They're very easily editable. I put my own headers and any details I just typed into the PDF and just made it my own. The ones that I use for the goal planning, these are actually from SM Plans. So I'll try to remember as I'm flipping through to tell you where the inserts are from. But they're mostly Peanuts Planner Co. Number one, she has just a huge amount and variety of layouts and different types of inserts that are very specific to how you might want to use them. And they're also very customizable as far as being able to put your own titles and maybe even changing the headers within the charts and things like that. So I highly recommend, if you want to use inserts in your catch-all planner rather than drawing out your spreads, to check out Peanuts Planner Co. Website, and you'll just find more inserts than you know what to do with. And it's just so fun to go through them and pick out ones that you can use in your planner. Let's see, what do I want to show? Yeah. So this one, Bill Tracker, is also Peanuts Planner Co. And yeah, you can just write out the name of the bill, when it's due, and then each month track the amount of the payment for the bill. This is particularly good for payments that are not the same every month, so you can kind of track how those bills are, the amount is tracking from month to month, and see where there may be some irregularities or you notice some patterns and things like that. So that's one of the reasons why I love this tracker, is that it can help me to do that in managing our budget. This is also a Peanuts Planner Co. Insert. It's just a checklist. It might even be one of the freebies on her Facebook page. I can't remember. But it's kind of a checklist type of insert, and I chose to use it to track my gift cards. And this is in my shopping section. And so I found that I was not really utilizing my gift cards. Most of the time I would tuck them in a drawer in my dresser or have them stuck in my wallet, and I wouldn't know what I had or how much was on each card. And so I decided to track that in my catch-all planner. And so this is so helpful. As I use the gift cards, I keep a track of the remaining balance, and then when I've completely used it, then I just zero it out altogether. And this has really been kind of a game changer for me as far as not wasting my gift cards and really utilizing them instead of using cash or instead of using a credit card when I have so many gift cards that I could be using. online orders. This is also a Peanuts Planner Co. Tracker insert that I just changed the header at the top and made it my order tracker. I also have coupon trackers, and this one happens to be from Missy Printable Design on Etsy. And you just write the store, the website, that the coupon is for. What is it? Is it $1 off of 50? Is it 30% off or whatever? Is there a code that you can use and use the coupon online? Is there a start and end date, or a start date for when you can use the coupon and an expiration date? And then check off when you use it. This is really, really good if you collect a lot of coupons and you forget that you have them and you forget when the expiration dates are. I will make this a part of my weekly planning. I will check my coupon tracker, and well, I got some coupons right here. This is a tracker I'm currently using. I'll check and see if I have a coupon that I need to use that week before it expires. Now, I don't use coupons that I don't need. If I have a 30% off coupon for CVS Pharmacy and I don't need to buy anything from CVS, I'm not just going to go buy something from CVS to use the coupon. As a matter of fact, I do have an expired coupon here that I did not use. Let's see, this one expired on... No, this one hasn't expired. I'm sorry. I was thinking March, but it's April. This one expires on April 24th. So I'll be looking to see if I need to use this next week. And if I do, I will put on my weekly spread that under my errands category that I need to go to CVS, and I'll put in parentheses coupon. And then on my to buy list, I'll put the item that I need to buy from CVS. So yeah, this is a great insert. Peanuts Planner Co., I believe, also has a coupon tracker, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure she does. She has everything. But I liked the font on this one, and so I just picked this one up on Etsy. I also have rewards trackers and Amazon credit trackers and things like that for rewards points on my credit cards. I like to keep track of that so I can know, what I have and think about different ways that I want to use them or things I want to purchase with them. Then I have in my personal section, I have all of my habit trackers, and these also are from Peanuts Planner Co. The headers are from Chrissy Ann Designs, and the word habits, this script sticker, is from Nicole Hutch Designs. So I just printed off all 12 months of my habit tracker, and I keep it in here. And I write my habits in every month. Sometimes they change slightly, depending on what I feel is important for me to track. And that's how I use these. I did not show you my mood tracker. This is also a printable insert that I got from Planner Mother of 3 on YouTube and Instagram. She sent me this. I asked her for it, and she was kind enough to send it to me. And so I printed it and pasted it into my personal section and wrote my key on this side. And I fill it in every day based on how I'm feeling that day, like the overarching mood for the day. My mood changes throughout the day like everybody else's, but overall, how did I feel that day? And I will choose the category that comes closest and color it in. So yeah, and I think I have a planner section also and a home section where I have cleaning trackers and recurring task trackers. These are also from Peanuts Planner Co. And these are just like deep cleaning tasks and decluttering tasks, and then reoccurring tasks, things that you do maybe on a monthly or a quarterly or a semi-annual or an annual basis that you might want to keep track of, like getting your carpets clean or power washing your house or flipping your mattress or getting maintenance on the sprinkler system in the fireplace or changing the filter in the fridge, getting the dryer vents clean, things like that you might want to keep track of how often you do them. That's what this is for. And again, these inserts are from Peanuts Planner Co. The biggest addition this year is putting my business planner, my Architect Destiny planner, into my catch-all planner rather than having a separate planner. And this has been really a game changer for me because I love being able to pick up one book and know that I have everything in it that I need to work on and work with and work through when I am using my planner. So I've got sections for all of my social media platforms. I've got these printable calendars from Peanuts Planner Co. I think this is actually a freebie, this month on 2-page calendar that I use for my content planning. When I'm going to do social media posts and YouTube videos, when I'm going to upload them, what I'm going to take pictures of and post, what am I going to do reels on, goals for the month, ideas for different types of content that I want to upload, and reminders to record my revenue for the prior month. So yeah, this is what it looks like blank. And all I really have on here on the blank ones is my Amazon influencer payday, my YouTube payday, my Instagram payday. So yeah, this is what I use. And I have these little tabs for each section in my business planner. I have my schedule with my content calendar or schedule, finances. This is where I record my income from the different platforms. Orders, this is if I place orders for anything that has to do with Architect Destiny or my planner. I keep that separate from the orders in my shopping section, which is personal or family or household related. Then I have my YouTube section, Instagram, Amazon influencers, Facebook, any affiliate relationships, if I'm doing any kind of personal or group coaching, if I do any kind of workshop, and then a miscellaneous section. So this is my business planner, and a lot of the spreads back here, many of them are drawn out, some of them are not, like this bank ledger. I haven't yet set up a checking account for Architect Destiny. I'm still going back and forth with whether I want to do that. But just in case I decide to, I did put this check register / bank ledger spread in here that I can use to record any transactions that I would do in the checking account. So I do have that in here. And then, as I mentioned, a separate order tracker for anything that has to do with my planner or with Architect Destiny. If I'm ordering stickers or ordering a new journal or ordering pens or pen refills or whatever. And yeah, the rest of what I keep in my business planner is to-do lists, notes from any learnings, if I'm taking some kind of course, to maybe help me understand my YouTube analytics better, or how can I better promote my Amazon influencers, my page for Amazon influencers, different things like that. You know, how can I establish, you know, better affiliate relationships with vendors that I really value their products. So it's notes, it's to-do list, it's just things like that I want to capture all in one place for each of the platforms that I work on with Architect Destiny. So this has been just the biggest, I think, change to my catch-all planner from last year, is putting my business planner in here. Then I do have a section just for random notes, and it's just the blank pages back here. I don't even bother with, you know, marking out the dates. I just put a header and then take the notes, or whatever it is. Like planning my mom's 80th birthday celebration, job search notes, notes from our benefits workshop at my job, just, you know, any kind of notes. I've got a section back here where I can take notes there. Then I do have a section for dailies, and as you can see, I've not even used it at all yet this year, and we're almost through April, and I haven't had a day that was so busy that I felt like I needed to come back here and create just a long to-do list. That's what I save these for. So I've been thinking about how I can use these pages. I can just let it be a continuation of my notes pages because I am taking a lot of notes so far and I may need those pages. So it can be a continuation of my notes, or I can use it if I want to do like some micro journaling, which I'm not a journaler. I never have been. I've never been one about writing down my feelings or my thoughts or anything. I just kind of keep all of that inside. That can be a good thing or a bad thing, I guess, but it's just me. I don't take to journaling. It's just not something that I enjoy or that I feel compelled to do. But I said, if I just, get an urge to just turn back here and just record what my day was like, or some things that I might be going through or thinking about or contemplating that's more, journaling in nature, then I could do that back here. So as you can see, I have plenty of pages that I have yet to be used that I could do things with in this planner. And then, of course, in the front is my reference notebook, which is a very important part of my catch-all planner. This is just long-term collections, record-keeping, notes, just reference information in general that I don't want to have to copy over in my catch-all planner from year to year. I'm going to continue to use the same planner and this same notebook and record information in it and keep track of things in it and add to it. I still have several pages back here in the back that I can continue to add to this planner or this notebook. And it's just all about reference. I have planning prompts. I have a size chart with the different sizes of planners and inserts, and just, if I need to resize something from an A5 to a B6, or, for instance, it gives me the percentages of how to do that. I have just some personal contacts that I want to have written down. I don't have all of my contacts written down because I have those in my phone, but these are just like, if I lose my phone goes dead, or I lose that data in my phones for some reason, I have my primary, most important contact information in this book. Then tons of reference information, websites, password codes, and things like that that I might need to keep track of. Our license plate numbers on all of our cars, our driver's license numbers, all those kinds of information I keep in this reference tab. Then I have information for work, and that's just specifics about work. When I got promotions, when I got raises, how much, when I got bonuses, how much, things like that. Meals, this I can show you. It's just a collection of favorite meals and things that my family likes to eat. And when I'm doing my meal planning for the week, I can always flip here and get ideas of things that I might want to cook. I also have this kind of combination meal guide from a recipe book that I have, and I just copied it and put it in here as a guide for things that I can, combinations of things that I can use to make meals. And then, let's see, this is the medical section, which I will not flip to. When did we last? When did we last get our general physicals? When did I last go to the gynecologist? When did I last have my mammogram? When did I last have my bone density exam? When did we get our COVID vaccines? The dates. When did my boys last get their physicals, their eye exams, my husband's eye exams, all of those kinds of things. That's where I keep track of here in this section. And I have a finance section that has like what are their interest rates on our credit cards and, the credit limits and things like that in that section. Then I have a planner section where I just write down planner specific things like hashtags on Instagram, buy, sell, trade groups for planners and things like that on Facebook, and just different notes about planners and planning specific stuff. Then I have a tab called My Collections, and this is just a bunch of lists. Gift ideas for my husband, restaurants that we like or restaurants that we want to try, different types of makeup products or skincare products that I want to try, music that I like, outdoor activities that we can do in the area where we live, vacation ideas. It's just a bunch of collections that they're just lists that I add to. And if there's a restaurant that I had on here that somebody recommended and I wrote it in here and then we try it and we like it, I'll put a star by it or a check mark. Yeah, we went there, or, you know, a nah, you know, if we went there and we didn't like it, don't have to worry about that anymore, or I'll just mark it off. So that's my collection section. Then I have, what's the next one? Books, a list of books that I want to read. Notes with regard to home, things that we want to buy or repairs that we want to do or upgrades that we want to do. Just kind of a mishmash brain dump list with regard to our home. Coupon codes for different shops for planner items. Personal section, which has my wish list, bucket list stuff, things I want to buy for myself, that kind of thing. Pantry items, and it's back here instead of up here because I didn't leave an extra page for another list, but it doesn't matter. I tabbed it so I can very easily find things that I should stock in my pantry, so that I always have what I need for recipes in this particular recipe book. And the book, I'm glad I printed it on here, Cook Once, Eat All Week is the name of the recipe book. That's where this came from, and that's where this came from as well. I think that's all that I printed out of that recipe book. Cook Once, Eat All Week. And I bought this on Amazon, this cookbook. And then I have dates, and this is just birthdays and anniversaries. And I just keep a list to refer to. And that's all I have in here right now. Well, actually, I have some self-care ideas, and I need to put a tab for that. I haven't made that tab. I need to remember to do that. Self-care ideas, and then my pen, swatches, and all of that back here. So yeah, this is, you put all this together, and this is my catch-all planner, and I really love it. I have to say, the most compelling reason for having a catch-all planner for me is being able to have everything in one place. And as far as the most compelling reason for using a book-bound planner as my catch-all is at the end of the year, I have one book with everything in it that I can just take and put on my shelf and start a new one. Everything is in here. All of my financial record keeping, all of my notes, all of my purchases, notes on my boys, all of my goals and my goal work and how I did. Everything is in one bound book that I can just put on my shelf. And I think that's probably the most appealing thing for me as far as using a book-bound planner, and why I have chosen to do that for the last 3 years. I've been using Hobonichi. Before that, I was in a ring-bound planner, and ring-bound planners are wonderful. I loved my ring-bound planner, and I may at some point in the future go back to a ring-bound planner because they're so customizable. You can put inserts in, take inserts out, reorganize your sections. There's just so much flexibility to a ring-bound planner. And at the end of the year, you can take out all of your inserts and you can put them in another binder and put that on your shelf. So there are definitely different takes on what the catch-all planner can look like and what type of planner that you can use. But most of all, what I wanted to do today is to share with all of the bound book planner lovers, those of us who use Hobonichi, or you use Astrology, or you use a Jibun Techo, or a Kenbor, or whatever other type of bound book planner that you might use. that you can use that book as a catch-all planner. You just need to make sure that your planning style is amenable to it so that you have the sufficient space that you need for all of your catch-all sections. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of do a little chat on that, and I hope that was helpful. I hope it was useful. Hope it was inspirational. I hope it gave you some ideas on how you can use your bound book planner to keep everything that you need in it for your planning system and not feel like you have to have, 2 or 3 different planners, or that because you're limited by a finite number of pages that you can't use it as a catch-all. Because you most certainly can, because I do, and I love it. So if you enjoyed this video, if it was inspirational, if you got some ideas from it, please give it a thumbs up. That would mean a lot to me personally, and it would mean a lot to my channel as well. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video. Until then, bye.